So round 5 of Super Rugby has come to a close with a result, again, that probably not many people picked. The Waratahs getting up over the Rebels 51-27. I mean, I know some people still pick the Tahs. A lot of people pick the Rebels by a lot, but the Tahs by scoring 50 points, I don't think I heard anyone saying that before this weekend's game. So the Rebels still started the sharper team. I know the Waratahs are back from South America, and it looked like it at the start of this game because the Rebels were kind of up into everything. The Waratahs just looked a yard off the pace. The Waratahs did have some chances to attack, and it just was going nowhere. It just looked directionless, and I was just thinking to myself, this is Daryl Gibson's Waratahs. They just don't know what to do. They're lost. And yeah, the Rebels were having it a lot their own way. You know, English, Murphy, and Maddox got kind of first half tries, and the Waratahs didn't look in it. It was 20-3, and yeah, it just looked like the Rebels were going to run away with it. There was no stopping this Rebels team from just sweeping all the Aussie teams before them and challenging some of the non-Australian conference teams. They were kind of a shoe-in for top spot in the Aussie conference, and yeah, then Dane Haylett-Petty did go off fairly early in this game for the Rebels, which would probably come back to haunt them a bit later because a lot of the area where the Waratahs got some kind of advantage was just in the air with especially Folau. I feel like if Dane Haylett-Petty had been on the field, he would have at least been able to compete a bit better for the ball than some of the other guys. Like, I know Maddox is really having a great start to his Super Rugby career, but I mean, there was one time when Folau just up and grabbed the ball from right on top of him. So yeah, I feel like Dane would have been better at that, but who knows? He went off early with a pretty bad concussion, having hit his head on Folau's hip. It looked really bad. They even stopped play to kind of get him off because he was probably unconscious before he hit the ground, the way he just clacked the side of his head into Folau. So yeah, end of the second half, and then just the start of... So end of the first half and the start of the second half, man. Where'd this Waratahs team come from, man? It was just try after try after try. I'm looking at my notes. It was 42, 48, and a penalty at 53, and 55, 57. It was just like ridiculous. It was just like they were scoring for fun. Where have they been the whole time? Where have they been under Daryl Gibson for a long time now? It was, yeah, I mean, it was very pleasing stuff to watch, but yeah, it's like somebody awoke the sleeping giant of the Waratahs, and they, yeah, put some pain onto the Rebels. They did hit back with one try of their own, the Rebels, but yeah, the momentum was pretty much all the Waratahs' way in that second half. So the scoreline shifted from 20-3 in the Rebels' favour to 41-20 in the Tahs' favour, kind of pretty quickly. It was a 38-point turnaround before the Rebels scored any points. So 38 unanswered points from the Waratahs. Yeah, man, you can't give any team 38 unanswered points and expect to get anything out of the game. So, I mean, for the Rebels, they looked good, but still struggled, like I said, with Folau in the air. Their line-out kind of struggled today. And they just made some silly, unforced errors, like Hodge dropped a clean ball that was kicked over. He just dropped it clean. There was no really pressure on him, but he just dropped it. English took a quick tap without releasing the ball, so, gave away, was it a free kick? Yeah, just silly things that the coach, there's kind of coach killers. There's nothing you can really do about that. For the Tahs, yeah, Folau's catches just kind of set up some of their plays. So maybe the right wing is a spot for him. It worked this week. Maybe if they use it kind of regularly, other teams will try to set up plans to defend against it. But for now, it's kind of a new tactic, and it seemed to work for them. So big win for the Tahs. If they can play like that for 80 minutes and regularly, they will be a threat in the competition. But that, I mean, one swallow doesn't make a summer, so it kind of really remains to be seen how they go on, but we know that there's potential there. They've got a bye coming up, so I guess it's going to be good for them to get some rest, but after a big win, I think maybe it'd be nice to kick on with another one. But still, good to go into the break with a win. The Rebels, man, it is back down to earth in a big way for them. So no more talk about finals. No, it probably wasn't coming from their camp. A lot of it was in the media and us fans. But no more talk about the finals and how great they are for now. Back down to earth. Next week's game against the Sharks comes pretty quickly because this is a Sunday game. The next game's on a Friday. So they're going to need to rest up, get back to Melbourne, and look to punish a Sharks team who kind of got their own disappointing results. So both teams will be looking to turn that one around. We'll see what the coaches have to say after this one. Dave Vessels is always an interesting one to see what he has to say after games. I'm sure he'll be pretty critical of his team, but yeah, we will see. My power rankings are probably going to be a bit delayed just because this game was late, Sunday game. So I usually already have them all recorded now. I've got to go off and do all my workings out. So we'll see how they look, probably a day late. But them's the breaks with the scheduling. So we'll see how they go. What did you guys think of this game? I don't know if anyone in the comments picked it. Pretty much everyone was saying the Rebels were going to smash them. So yeah, what did you guys think? Can the Tahs keep this up? Daryl Gibson keeps his job for a bit longer. So cool. We'll see if he can turn the team around. All right, guys. Like I said, I'll catch you again for another one soon.